What's going on, guys? It's Creator here, and this is This Week in Universe Mode, where I tell you everything you need to know that happened this week on Raw, Smackdown, and 205 Live. And we kick things off, guys, with Monday Night Raw. It was an eventful Raw for sure, as it was the fallout of the Superstars shakeup. And, as you see, Eric Bischoff is now the new general manager of Monday Night Raw. And he wasn't wasting any time. First of all, he addressed the situation regarding Paige, that she can no longer compete in WWE ring, which gave a new opportunity for the women here on Monday Night Raw. So at Great Balls of Fire, it will be a 6-woman battle royal, and the winner of that match will be the #1 contender for Alicia Fox's Raw Women's Championship. And also, guys, on that night, it was a huge main event as the United States title was on the line as Bray Wyatt, John Cena, and AJ Styles, the United States champion, did battle in a triple threat match that saw the 3 best on Monday Night Raw go at it. It was a very entertaining match, to say the least. Cena was pretty much the one controlling the whole entire match till Bray Wyatt was able to hit the Sister Abigail on AJ Styles, while Cena out the ring, and Bray Wyatt was able to get the victory, becoming the brand new United States champion. Wyatt, even though his celebration as the new leader of the United States was on Raw, it might be short-lived because this is exclusive news here on This Week in Universe Mode by our general manager, Eric Bischoff, that Great Balls of Fire, Bray Wyatt's first title defense, will be against the leader of the C Nation, a guy he did not pin in the triple threat match, John Cena. Wyatt, Cena, one-on-one for the United States title. And also on Monday Night Raw, guys, we saw possibly the shocker of the night as Roman Reigns was scheduled to face Sin Cara. First, he addressed the WWE Universe about superstars coming over from Smackdown to Monday Night Raw, saying that he would be the standard bearer here. But Dean Ambrose, instead of Sin Cara, came out and confronted Roman, saying how he has gotten less opportunity here on this brand, and he just wants to prove himself. Those two had sort of an altercation at first, but then the shocker of all of us, Ambrose hitting the dirty deeds on Roman Reigns out of nowhere. I would have never thought in a million years, guys, that Dean Ambrose would have done something like this, sending a message straight to the big dog that opportunity waits for no man. And it was made official by our general manager, Eric Bischoff, that Great Balls of Fire, for the first time in 3 years, the big dog, Roman Reigns, will take on a lunatic friend, Dean Ambrose. Also Monday Night Raw, guys, we saw possibly the match of the night as Seth Rollins, the Architect, and Braun Strowman looked to build momentum heading into their match at Great Balls of Fire in the Fatal 4-Way. You saw Corbin, for some strange reason, decided to just look in the match from a distance. By distance, I mean right next to the ring at ringside. That kind of distracted Rollins a little bit, but Rollins fought hard against Strowman. Strowman and Rollins gave everything that they had in this match, guys. I was just blown away by the spectacle that these two gave to the top talents here on this brand, and Rollins with the stomp was able to put away the Monster Among Men, gaining a huge victory and a huge amount of momentum heading into the Fatal 4-Way match at Great Balls of Fire, guys, because Rollins is just one of 4 men that will be in the main event at the Raw exclusive pay-per-view, Great Balls of Fire, as he, Styles, Corbin, and Strowman will do battle in a Fatal 4-Way, and a winner will face Brock Lesnar for the Universal title at SummerSlam. Also on Monday Night Raw, guys, we saw a very interesting altercation between Bischoff and Zack Ryder, as Bischoff was looking on after the match between Sheamus and Fandango. Zack Ryder came and just said, hey man, when you get his opportunity now on the red brand. Bischoff told him, hey, they have a whole slew of people that he has to look after. Ryder's just not a top priority. Ryder took offense to that, and as he passed by Sami Zayn, he was getting ready for his match on Monday Night Raw. That never came about because Ryder decided to take things to his own hand and make an opportunity for himself, as he viciously attacked Sami Zayn, I should say, and just a heinous assault, thinking that Sami Zayn should not be having the opportunity that he has right here on Monday Night Raw, so Bischoff decided at Great Balls of Fire, these two will settle the score in a backstage brawl. Sami Zayn has the opportunity to get his revenge on Zack Ryder. And Zack Ryder, well, you have a chance to show why you deserve an opportunity. And also Monday Night Raw, guys, we saw half of one of the top teams here on Monday Night Raw, the Ascension's Connor, taking on the Colognes Primo, and a hard-fought match between these two teams, as the Ascension was trying to get momentum into their biggest pay-per-view match of their career that they would be fighting against the Club, Gallus Anderson. However, the Colognes was going to make sure they weren't going to make it to Great Balls of Fire. It was a very hard-fought match with Primo, but Connor, the big man, was able to overpower Primo. Half Nelson Slam, and 1, 2, 3. It was over. Connor was victorious. However, the real story takes place afterwards, as Gallus Anderson was clearly watching everything unfold, and they just looked on and say, hey guys, you won, but you didn't beat us. For you to prove yourself as the top team here on Monday Night Raw, you have to beat us. And at Great Balls of Fire, that is not going to happen. Well, these two teams are going at it for weeks, and they will finally settle the score at the Raw exclusive pay-per-view Great Balls of Fire, as Gallus Anderson takes on the Ascension's Connor and Victor, and sure to be a very entertaining and hellacious tag team match between two of the top teams on Monday Night Raw. And Great Balls of Fire is coming up, guys, as the Raw superstars are looking forward to it. However, as Raw is looking forward to Great Balls of Fire, Smackdown is coming off the heels. And that was Money in the Bank, of course, as the glorious one, Bobby Roode, looked to be the next contender for Jinder Mahal's WWE Championship. However, it was Akira Tozawa that came out and decided, hey, wait a minute, I want a shot at that title. And then, for the first time showing up on SmackDown Live, Sage Man was declared the brand new general manager of SmackDown Live, which made their match official between these two one-on-one in the main event to impress, to see who will be the next in line for Jinder Mahal's WWE Championship. As Bobby Roode and Akira Tozawa went at it one-on-one, an unsuspected surprise showed up as the Destroyer, Samoa Joe, came about and disqualified Akira Tozawa and ended the match via disqualification. Not only did Joe take out his nemesis Akira, but he also took out the glorious one, sending a message that he also wants a shot at the WWE Championship. Also on SmackDown Live, guys, we saw the Mr. Money in the Bank, Finn Balor, as he celebrated winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, reminded all of us that he has the contract and he can cash in at any point in time to be the WWE Champion. However, Hawkins, who lost to Bobby Roode, saying, hey man, you need some backup. And everybody's going to be after you now since you are a Money in the Bank contract holder. How about you help me help you? Finn Balor said no, as you saw Hawkins attack Balor. But Balor was not going to let that sitting down. You see, Hawkins, one thing that gets to him the most is his ego. That he thinks he's better than everybody. That he's better than anyone here on SmackDown Live. But the Money in the Bank holder wasn't going to let him think that was the case at all. As Finn Balor looked to hit the coup de grace with Kurt Hawkins fleeted away, running away from Mr. Money in the Bank himself, Finn Balor. Something telling me that Hawkins will not rest until he gets, obviously his goal is that Money in the Bank briefcase is held by the leader of the Balor Club, Finn Balor. And rest assured that Finn Balor is going to make sure nothing happens to that briefcase. It's back to the drawing board for you, Kurt Hawkins. And then one of our two championship matches of the night, we had the Intercontinental title match, which The Miz retained against Kevin Owens. But one of the matches of the night had to be the Tag Team Championship match between the Usos taking on Benjamin and Gable in a rematch from Money in the Bank, as these two gave it everything that they had, these two teams, decide who is the best tag team on SmackDown Live. The Usos was all about regaining what they lost at Money in the Bank. For Benjamin and Gable to show why they are the best tag team on the Blue Brand. They wanted to stay on top of the mountain. Both teams just gave it they all. At one point, it really looked like the Usos were going to reclaim their SmackDown Tag Team Championships as they had the upper hand. But it was able for Benjamin and Gable to come back despite both teams' interferences throughout the match. It was Benjamin and Gable who was able to get victorious in the 1, the 2, and the 3. Benjamin and Gable was able to retain their SmackDown Tag Team titles. One hell of a match. Now let's switch gears to 205 Live as the general manager Drake Maverick revealed himself as the new GM of 205 Live, and he announced that Neville has unfortunately relinquished his Cruiserweight title due to contract disputes. So the original #1 contender match between Grand Metalik and Noam Dar was instead going to be for the Cruiserweight Championship itself. Both men had no idea that the opportunity was going to be this high and on this night, so both men gave it their all. For Grand Metalik, it was about winning a title that he could have won back in Cruiserweight Classic days. And for Noam Dar, the youngest person here on the Cruiserweight division, it was to show that he can stand out on top of the Cruiserweight division against anybody here on the roster. These two fought in Fatal 4-Way matches for qualifying matches, and on this night, it was about the Cruiserweight Championship. Noam Dar had a game plan. He viciously attacked Grand Metalik's leg, so he wouldn't be able to do his high-flying aerial assault, but that didn't grab the King of the Ropes, but trying to stage some type of a comeback. But Noam Dar, he was just a calculated person. Against Metalik, viciously, again, like I said, attacking the legs, and was able to apply that submission hold to Metalik for the victory. Even though Metalik fought hard, it was just his legs gave out on him. You saw that angle slam a couple seconds ago. He just couldn't get it in. Because again, just Noam Dar calculated assault against the leg. You have to give it to Dar for such at a young age. He was able to be such a master in the ring on this night for the Cruiserweight title. As they apply that submission hold, as you see right there, Grand Metalik had no choice but to tap out. And Noam Dar, to the shock of everyone, is now the new leader of the purple brand, I should say, as he is the leader of 205 Live, as he is the Cruiserweight Champion. And as for our weekly power ranking, guys, well, the chart shows that #1, it was Bray Wyatt with his win for the United States title. #2 with Benjamin and Gable as they retained their SmackDown Tag Team titles. Noam Dar as 3 winning the Cruiserweight title. 4 Finn Balor, Mr. Money in the Bank holder, saying his own against Finn Balor, and Dean Ambrose, #5, to shock of all of us, attacking Roman Reigns. Our preview for next week, guys, on Monday Night Raw, it will be a huge tag team match between Rollins and Strowman taking on Styles and Corbin. Also, Monday Night Raw, we will have the new United States Champion Bray Wyatt taking on Sami Zayn. And also on Monday Night Raw, guys, Bobby Lashley's epic return to Monday Night Raw as he makes his presence felt on the Red brand. And on Monday Night Raw, guys, the interview between both these men as they are prepared to do battle at Great Balls of Fire. Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, the sit-down interview. And on the Blue brand on SmackDown Live next week, the artist, the rock star, the king of strong style, Shinsuke Nakamura, returns to SmackDown Live. And also, guys, a huge triple threat match where the winner will be facing Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship at Battleground. And also on SmackDown Live, the start of the tag team tournament as the New Day takes on the main roster debut of Sanity. And on the purple brand 205 Live, we'll be having Noam Dar, the new Cruiserweight Champion, going one-on-one against Mark Andrews. And also, we'll be hearing from Sega Alexander next week as he has some important things to say. It's going to be an eventful week next week, guys, as next week is the final stop before the Raw exclusive pay-per-view, Great Balls of Fire. Thank you guys for watching today's This Week in Universe Mode. If you like today's video, make sure to hit that like button and comment down below and subscribe to miss anything else on my channel. This is Crater, signing out. Catch you guys next time.